Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Collision Course 101, back here with another amazing new guide. This time for Warframe instead of League, and I'm gonna do one on the new frame, Titania. This is what the default frame looks like. It's okay. But in order to get this frame, you simply have to go to the new loca inside of any relay, not counting the Earth one, because there's not really a relay there. You do not have to be aligned with new loca, but you do have to be Mastery Rank 7 to start this quest. And I definitely recommend going on the wiki because you have to scan plants if you don't know. And, you know, because of the Earth's day-night cycle, scanning plants can take a while. And I certainly recommend you look at the wiki to see exactly what plants you need. Specifically, moonlight, sunlight, those two. Anything that says moonlight and sunlight in front of it. Definitely recommend looking that up before you miss one. You have to wait another, what is it, 4 or 5 hours? I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, this is what the frame looks like. Nothing too fancy. Very, it's not a very good color scheme in my opinion. But animation sets are really cool. Agile one kind of float like an Arcwing. Noble one you kind of hover. I can't see if that's the thing, but yeah. Here's a color scheme I kind of liked. I couldn't get it just right. I saw someone else using this. It's kind of like a fall themed color scheme. Obviously, if you switch it up to white and blue, you can make a winter one. I just wanted to show off the default one. Which, I mean, honestly, if you just change the red to like a light blue, the teal to a shade of white, you can actually do the default color scheme, to be honest. It's kind of wintry. Maybe like a light blue instead. Here's my color scheme for it. I like it. You know, got my purple energy. But we're now going to look at Titania's abilities, which are going to be a load of fun. So let's spawn in some enemies here. Let's just spawn in some heavy gunners here for some, just some to get you a feel of the character of the Warframe. But one thing to keep in mind about this Warframe is that you will need a pistol. Basically, the better your pistol is, the better you're gonna do with this frame, and I'll explain why that is later. So now we're gonna look at this frame. Okay, so your passive is pretty straightforward. You bullet jump, and it makes a little trampoline here, as you can see from your energy color. And basically, this just makes other people and that makes your allies bullet jump higher and farther and faster. But now let's look into the other abilities, the actual ones you're gonna be using. So level 1. Oh yeah. Okay. So your level 1 ability isn't very that great. It can launch enemies into the air, and it does have a bit of AoE. Okay, well, yeah, but so they're all on top of each other. Basically, they all drop their weapons, which is pretty neat. You know, if you want to something else, and you can beat these guys around. And what's really funny is if you have Valkyrie, you can yank them around with her little tether thing. But that lasts for a little while actually. So your second ability is a good one. Basically, bop them, and it gives you a buff. I'm not entirely sure what all of the buffs are. I'll put them up on the screen now because I will just look them up. Oh shoot, okay, so your third ability is probably my favorite one. Basically, you lift them in the air just much like the first ability, but instead of just them being in the air and just they drop their guns, it's kind of pointless. Basically, watch this. You see how it's damaging the guy next to him. Basically, the razor flies, or the butterflies, basically, they're kind of drawn to it like a moth. Honestly, I think that's part of it. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're an irresistible beacon. I'm looking at the ability right now. And they attract their comrades into that, and they explode at the end of it. So I wait for my duration to wear off. I have duration on this because my build isn't really that good, but check it out. Check it out. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. The explosion isn't really the damage. The razorflies eating the enemy does a lot. But yeah, so that's your third ability. So I need to spawn in some more enemies, and I'll show off the ultimate. Now, keep in mind, I actually probably up this here to a higher amount because, since now your ultimate scales like your pistol is why I was saying that was so important. So, and it says I have the Lex Prime. You know, I do a lot of damage to these guys. But basically, you have an Arcwing. You turn to a tiny little fairy, become Tinkerbell, and you get an Arcwing. And now I like to say this was one-shotting level 20s. Doesn't do much to level 30s, but you notice how they're not focusing me. That's because they're focusing the razor flies. Which if I stop for a second, you might see them fly around. You can see them flying around me, but yeah, they do fly at the enemies, which is very funny. But it has the ammo system works much like the Arc Wings. You can see the ridge flies on them. The ammo system does definitely work a lot like the Arc Wings. I would definitely say bring efficiency on your build, especially for this ability in particular. But oh yeah, you see the blue explosion that just happened. There's a short replay of that. That means that's someone the ridge flies are focusing now. Basically, but when you're in this state, you have increased, you have a lot of increased things. I think your evasion, yeah, it's something that's increased, which that's something. I believe one of the buffs gives you evasion as well, and you really want the evasion because it really helps you dodge. Really helps you just not get hit by these bullets. Which because the frame is very squishy. I have a vigor mod on, and that's all the health and shield I have with vigor. It's not really it's a very squishy frame. Yeah, if my frame was my better, we'd probably be destroying level 30s, but I would not recommend this frame solo. This is like a big open area like this, because like if you're in like a Corpus building, for example, like basically every Corpus mission, I would recommend, so like if you're doing like a rescue, a spy, a captured, I would definitely say do not bring this frame. If you bring like an interception, defense, survival, something big open like that, okay, maybe not survival, because the survival's pretty closed, but I would definitely recommend you bring this frame. I'm about to run out of energy here. It drains your energy over time, like many other frames, and it scales off your pistols like Messa's ultimate, but you know, you get blinds and all that fun stuff. Here, let me just get rid of these, let me just There we go. Yeah, so honestly, I think I think Titania is really fun. I definitely think that the quest is worth doing, especially because if you do what I recommended earlier, and you look at all the flowers you need beforehand, and then you can ask people where the best spots are to get those flowers if you're having trouble. If you do all of that beforehand, you won't be spending much time on this quest at all. Honestly, the scanning of the flowers is really easy, especially just because buying coke scanners is really easy, and the flowers are everywhere. They're all over the place, and yeah, so that was the quest. It's not very difficult. I did really like how they made the flowers useful for something. Besides just decoration, because I mean you could scan them before. Well, not all of them, because some of the flowers are new just for this update. But yeah, honestly, that's Titania, guys. Really fun frame, really cool. Also new aura mod. There's one that's really good for Titania. I don't remember which one it was, but they fit the polarity she has. So when you get Titania, don't immediately change this polarity from a V. I believe they're just called V's. Yeah, I mean they're moderate, but they're just called V players. Don't just immediately change it so you give it energy siphon, because there is one that refills all yours and all allied shields every time you cast an ability, which is extremely useful on Titania. It's very good. I believe that's the right polarity. I think that's the one you want. Could be wrong, but yeah. Yeah, I would go into an in-depth guide on the build, but honestly, I've been formatting other things right now, and Titania is high on my list, but she's not at the top, so I will leave a link to a good build down below. But that's all for now. Yeah, if you guys want to see more Warframe videos, sure, let me know. I really like making them. Really fun. Warframe's a fun game, but until next time, I will see you guys around. Boop.